What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Deity Old World AI only battle. We're here with the Info Addicts episode for the main game and also the, the alternate battle as well. For the turn 200 mark, we're actually a bit early in this one because I got the timing a bit wrong, but it doesn't matter too much. We will be at turn 200 in the alternate one, which I'll show you. Once we've gone through all the Info Addicts for this one, we'll go through in a bit of depth, because obviously these are why I'm doing it separately. And then we'll also look at all the social policies and religion stuff as well. So let's start. Yes, it didn't crash. It has been crashing when I've opened the Info Addicts, but if I give it some time, it normally works. So here we go. Population, who is leading the way? Russia is leading the way at the moment, 45 million people. Then it is the Tsar, India, the Netherlands, all with 30 million range, although quite a big difference between those three still. Then it is Egypt, Germany, Nigeria, Rhodesia, the Songhai, and in 10th place, Korea. 13 million, bit of a surprise that Korea sneak into the list there, but there you go. That is interesting. Top 10, a lot of African nations here in the 7 to 9 region, Egypt as well. So yeah, I would say if you were to do it by continent, that would actually be quite interesting to do. I'm not going to do it, but yeah, think about it. That could be quite interesting. Look at it by continent. Crop yield, obviously it's hard to judge that. Some of them are in multiple continents, so it's not particularly. Carthage is one notably. Russia is half Europe, half Asia. Some are in North America as well, so we wouldn't really be able to do it, I guess, unless I counted all the individual population figures, which probably won't happen, but there you go. Crop yield, Russia leading again, and then it is the Tsar and the Netherlands. It looks like a bit of a trend maybe for those three. Rhodesia is also up there again. India, who you'd expect, very big population. In their cities are very big. Not obviously, we just saw they're not top of the population list, but they have a lot of big cities in particular, so probably the highest concentration of big cities. Egypt, Germany, Songhai, Nigeria, Byzantium. I think only one of those has changed from the previous list. So that's, which, is probably, they're kind of related. Crop yield and population are somewhat similar. Manufactured goods, so production, a pretty big one. And the Tsar actually leads Russia here. And this is probably down to having more, I don't know if they have more, I guess they have more cities, probably spread out a bit more. But yeah, the Tsar actually lead Russia for production. Then it is Rhodesia, the Netherlands, Egypt, India, Germany, the Songhai, Greece, and Siam. So a couple more changes, particularly towards the bottom of that list. Siam's a bit of a surprising one, but yeah, Greece are doing quite well, as I thought. GNP doesn't matter because it's just gold income. It doesn't include what they're spending, so it's got no real relation. We'll look at net gold in a second. Land area, Rhodesia leading the way. Apparently, they are the biggest, which makes a bit of sense. They have a lot of South America. They're huge now in Southern Africa. Russia is actually well down on this. Tsar up to second, India now in third, the Netherlands fourth, and then Russia. Then it's Ethiopia, which is the biggest surprise of all, I think, on that list. How are Ethiopia bigger than Egypt? It does include the sea tiles, I guess, and Egypt is seventh, so never mind. Egypt's right there. Siam, I guess, yeah, the sea tiles clearly make a difference. Germany's up there, obviously, on land, and Songhai doing pretty well as well, but there's some surprise omissions on that list, I think. Persia looks huge on the mini-map, obviously, probably doesn't have much of the sea. Byzantium's another one, you'd think, maybe. Carthage is doing well, and obviously, yeah, Carthage hardly have any tiles on land, so that sort of tells you all you need to know there. Military manpower, always a big one. Russia, 400,000 odd soldiers ahead at the moment. So yeah, they're definitely in the lead. But the Tsar miles ahead as well of anyone else. So yeah, Russia's pretty much doubling anyone below. Yeah, he's doubling anyone below this point. But the Tsar in second on 730,000. India next. Then another big drop to Rhodesia. The Netherlands at about 400,000. So about a third of what Russia's got. Egypt, Germany, Nigeria, the Songhai, and Greece to fill out the list. So again, pretty similar list of civs. There's quite a few appearing multiple times at the moment. We'll skip over these. Social policies adopted. We've got the Tsar leading the way with 33. Then Russia, Egypt, India, Germany, Russia. Wait, did I say Russia twice? Rhodesia, Egypt, India, Germany, Russia, Songhai, Ethiopia, Siam, and the Netherlands. Just cutting off there ahead of Poland. Poland's obviously doing well on this one. That's what their civ is kind of built for. Net happiness, anyone in the negatives? Russia is actually unable. Maybe that's why they're not going after anyone, because they can't actually do it at the moment with their negative happiness. Can't really conquer anything. Siam also on -2. And there's no access to resources, so ideology would be a big way for Russia to get hold of happiness. Technologies, Rome down there in last with China, Poland, some of the isolated civs on their own, Japan, Mongolia, who are trapped in a corner or just on their own. I mean, even Great Britain so low is a bit embarrassing. 49. I guess 49 is not that bad. 52 is like top 10, so maybe not too bad. But Russia leads the way on 67. The Jar then well back on 60, Rhodesia at 59, India 58, Netherlands 57, so 10 behind Russia, 55 for Korea and Nigeria, 54 for Germany and Egypt, and then 52 for Greece, the Congo, Siam, Byzantium, stretching outside the top 10. Net gold, which is gold per turn. Not many civs actually making money, as you can see, but there's at least the top 10 who are still making a considerable amount. Rhodesia making the most, then it's Russia, which is a bit surprising, because does Russia have a coastal... Yeah, they do have some coastal cities, they do have cargo ships. Don't worry, Egypt up there as well, Siam and Germany all making over 100 gold per turn, then you've got Ethiopia, the Jar, Nigeria, India and Byzantium all sort of between 50 and 60 gold per turn. Cities, a big one, Rhodesia now leads the way at 19, the Jar at 16, Netherlands 15, India 14, Russia down here at 13, and they've not been adding for a long time, so that's the only concern you might have for them, but it's looking so far so good for them. Germany and Egypt on 10, Ethiopia have 9 apparently, and so do the Siam, Songhai and Great Britain with 8. Science output, Russia miles ahead still, 1,000, twice ahead of India, wow. Yeah, Russia not giving this one up anytime soon. I don't know how they've actually achieved this, because, I don't know. It's kind of similar in my Let's Play at the moment, on the same map, in pretty much the same scenario. There's a Civ who, again, like they're leading for science output, and I don't know if I'm missing something. Maybe they got all the science giving wonders, but yeah, I don't know. There's sometimes a little bit fishy as to how well they're doing there. But the Jar in second, also over 1,000. India then quite a bit of a drop off. Rhodesia, Germany's actually doing quite well and ahead of the Netherlands in that category. Just Egypt, the Netherlands, obviously that kind of number, it's probably, it might make 1 turn's difference every third technology or something. Isn't going to be significant relatively. Siam, Nigeria and Songhai filling out that list. Culture, another big one. The Jar well ahead, leading in output for that one. Then it is Russia again, Rhodesia, the Netherlands, India, Songhai, Germany, Ethiopia, Egypt, Siam. I'm liking how it's shaping up. There's no real clear third place. Maybe the Jar might be a bit clear, but yeah, the rest of them all seem very much interchangeable at this point. Wonders, Russia has the most at the moment at 7, Rhodesia with 6, the Jar with 5, 4 for India, 3 for Portugal and Britain, 2 for Korea, Nigeria, and then quite a few civs with 1. Treasury isn't super important. Some civs spend the money, some don't. I don't think I'm using it at the moment when I do the results. Again, total faith, Russia doesn't have a religion, so that's just some cities they've conquered that maybe had some shrines and stuff that have built it up, or even they've built and then didn't get a religion. See, Russia is 4th on faith gain. They're above a lot of civs that do have religions, but Ethiopia's here, Portugal's here, Byzantium is here. They're important because they have religions. Byzantium didn't found one, but they've inherited one by conquering Arabia. I don't think Persia's got one. I don't know who else has got. I don't think these guys have got one either, but Burundi does. But yeah, there you go. Influence, the Jar influential, 3, 1, 1 for the Netherlands, Portugal. Not super important. Probably won't be included at this kind of pace at the end of the game if there's not even 10 people. Great works, Rhodesia lead the way with 22, the Jar with 18, 14 for India and the Netherlands, 12 for the Songhai, 11 for Russia, 9 for Ethiopia, Siam and Carthage. Trade routes, the Jar, Songhai, India, Russia, Rhodesia leading the way with 7, then there's quite a few with 6, so we won't go into all of those. Tourism output, the Jar again leading, this is mostly important for ideology, but autocracy seems to be doing very well anyway. Rhodesia's up here, Russia, India, the Netherlands, Songhai, Portugal, Siam, Ethiopia and Carthage fill out the top 10. So there you go, that's what it looks like at turn 195. Bear in mind we might only be going to 200, that isn't, I don't know. We will want to go beyond that, but the results will probably be 250, just to make it fair on Russia, because they will probably be at the end of the tech tree by then. So the results will be 250, assuming it doesn't crash like it did last time when I was forced to end at 250. We will keep going beyond that, just not assessing it through the info addicts as such, just watching for action, seeing what's going on. And obviously that will be sped up, so I'll just show you every 10 or 25, 50 turns, something. But now, what do we need to look at next? Quickly look at the ideologies. I know I check it more in the episode. Order is struggling, yeah, and freedom, civs are struggling, autocracy is doing pretty well. So that's that. Right, religions, that is the next step. Again, we've got some amazing comments coming through about the religion and what it implies. I'm really appreciating those, so thank you very much. Maybe this can shed some more light on it all. So here we go. Biggest religion is Catholicism from Portugal. In 41 cities, it is the only European religion, so that makes a lot of sense. It'll probably be in the New World pretty quickly. 36 then is a tie for second between Islam from Arabia, which is now sort of controlled by Byzantium, and Buddhism from Siam. They're both spreading out across East Asia and sort of the central of the map, I guess, for Arabia, for Islam there. The next biggest religion's quite a drop-off. These are a little bit smaller. The mid-sized ones is Judaism from Burundi and sort of Central Africa, and Eastern Orthodox from Ethiopia, so sort of the sub-Saharan African religions. Struggling a bit. Nigeria's at 9 with Protestantism in West Africa not doing too good. And then, yeah, I mean, Shinto has not really got out of the Japanese islands, and I assume Siam has prevented that crossing over too much. I think we've done the beliefs. I don't know, maybe if there is some more. I don't know, but we won't go through them again. I think we've already gone through most of them. If there is, maybe if I have missed some, then I apologise, but I think that we should have covered all of those. If not, I can change that and go back to them in the future. Right, now, social policy time. This is normally the longer part of it. Where are we? Where do I find this again? Is it in here? I think so. Yes, okay. So, okay, we can't see into their... Oh, we can't see into what they've actually picked within the ideology, but we can see the ideology. So China, tradition 4, honor 5, they've sort of kept up that path at the moment. Egypt, obviously a little bit of liberty with 1, 5 honor, so military, aesthetics, a little bit of a cultural focus, and then order as well, so 6. But obviously order is struggling at the moment. Greece has gone liberty and honor fully all the way, and they've also gone autocracy, so quite a military civ there. Definitely. Germany, liberty, honor as well, full and autocracy similar to Greece, but they've also got a bit of culture with their aesthetics. India has gone tradition 5, honor 5, so a little bit smaller, but still focusing on less cities, but still military, less expansive maybe. Aesthetics, more on defending than attacking, I guess. Aesthetics, again that little bit of cultural influence, and a 4 for order. Here we go. Persia, liberty 5, piety 5, which is a surprise for a civ that doesn't have a religion. And patronage 1, annoying a bit because there's no city-states, but whatever, we'll let them off. Honor 5, patronage 2, commerce 1, so Rome trying to generate some money. Russia's gone liberty 5, honor 3, rationalism 2, so maybe that's where they got all the science from if no one else has even picked it. Autocracy 7. Siam, honor 2, piety, they've gone 5 policies. Aesthetics, they've got 5, and autocracy another 2. The Songhai have got 5 honor policies, 5 aesthetics, and 5 explorations, which would be disappointing because they've not done that much colonizing, and they don't even have that many coastal cities. They only have 3, which is what exploration is focused on. Mongolia, liberty 4, honor 5. I'm not sure about that, Mongolia. You have no coastal cities, so you receive no bonuses to having exploration. I don't know why they picked that, but there you go. Piety 5 for Korea. Commerce 2, so a bit of money. Exploration, they haven't really used that, but I guess all their cities are coastal, so a bit of extra production and a little bit of autocracy as well. Carthage have gone liberty 5, honor 5, patronage, they've gone 3 of those as well. Byzantium, honor 5, piety 4, and autocracy 4, so that's quite an interesting mix. Netherlands, liberty 5, patronage 5, autocracy 4. Ethiopia with a very wide range, tradition 2, liberty 1. Bit of a contradiction there, but if there's benefits you want, I guess, why not? Piety 5, aesthetics 5, autocracy 2. Poland has gone honor 5, patronage 4, and aesthetics 5. Portugal, liberty, piety 4, liberty 4, piety, they've gone 5 policies, 4 exploration policies 2, and again they've sort of failed. Why is every civ that's picked exploration sucked at exploring? An autocracy with 1. Burundi, honor 4, piety 5, commerce 2, freedom 3. Of course, they're also struggling at the moment. Nigeria, liberty 5, honor 2, patronage 4, order 3. There's Japan with liberty 5, honor 5, aesthetics 2. Rhodesia, tradition 5, liberty 5, honor 5. Wow, they went tradition and liberty maxed out. That's a bit weird. Honor as well, and then order up to 6, so they're still fighting to keep that going. Liberty 3, honor 3, and patronage 5 for Great Britain. Congo have gone piety 5, didn't get religion, aesthetics 3, rationalism 2 for some extra science and autocracy, and then the Jar, who are the deepest into their ideology, have gone liberty 5, honor 5, aesthetics 2, and autocracy 9. So that will be it for this section. We'll now be hopping over to the alternate battle to have a look at what's gone on there. It's played out in some parts really different, and in other parts the same, and in even some more weird parts it played out differently and then reverted to being exactly like this. Kind of weird scenarios going on over there. But yeah, we'll hop over there now, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, so here we are. It is the alternate battle. We have transferred over. This is 10195. I thought we'd keep it the same. I was a few behind in this one anyway, so it didn't make a difference. But yeah, this is obviously the same turn as we were in the main battle. You can probably already see some big differences, but I'll try and figure out a good way to do this. But yeah, this is quite a different world. Great Britain looks pretty similar actually. The Netherlands settling further south than they did before. Britain's got Iceland in this one. You see colonizing again from Britain and the Netherlands, which you've seen before. Britain have Braga and Lisbon in this world, and you can see Morocco have also been much more successful in Iberia. The Netherlands still look fairly similar. Germany's a little bit smaller. However, that's because Poland is here and looking really strong actually in this world. Greece is pretty similar. I think Greece might actually be identical, except they have this instead of Germany. Russia's here, still big, but nowhere near as big as they are in the other game. You've got the Huns doing quite well at the moment. Also, I don't think Russia is attacking Poland here, but I can't really tell. The Huns still alive, doing well here. Persia not doing so good. Looks like they're about to be eliminated. Babylon, weirdly enough, pretty much it's the same in the other map, but obviously happened completely differently. It wasn't 100 turns. It looked very different in the Middle East. It was one of the few regions that were different, and now it's sort of the same again. But there you go. Byzantium having a bit more success with these cities, fighting a very technologically strong India, as you can see. India, another civ that's fairly similar, not successful in the Middle East, and definitely not as much colonizing. Siam seems to have won that race out in this direction. The Jar, again, pretty similar, but they're a bit more cut off by Siam, although they have again conquered Japan, and looks like they're going to kill them. In this world, China still has Beijing, a small little difference there, I guess, and Mongolia is here. There's a few different cities, but similar sort of position, still not doing great. Korea doing a bit better, I guess, by the look of it. For technology, Australia, again, it's all Siam, a little bit of Britain, but no one else, surprisingly enough. I'll do the New World, and then we'll go back to Africa, I guess, just so it makes sense that way. The Jar here have a colony, but yeah, definitely less colonization has taken place in North America in this world. Britain with a few, Morocco's here. The Netherlands are only just arriving. Bear in mind how much they have in the main battle at this point. They do have Cuba, more from Morocco here in the Dominican Republic. Egypt have a couple of cities around Central America. But yeah, South America has been dominated by Morocco pretty much exclusively in this series. There's a little bit of Egypt, but not much more. Rhodesia is, however, very strong, pretty similar to how they are in the main game. In this one, they've killed Burundi instead of the Congo, who are actually doing quite well, the Congo. They've managed to expand up this way, which is quite impressive. Rhodesia is also managing to kill Nigeria pretty effectively. But yeah, this world seems very much more technologically advanced and less colonies. I don't know how that's happened, but because the resources are the same, so I don't really get what's happened there. Maybe some of the smaller civs have died, but yeah, and there's less bigger civs. Like Russia is not huge, so it doesn't make sense that everyone is better off just on the basis that Russia is not so good. But there you go, it's happened. Rhodesia making some good progress. I don't know how Britain got this, but then it looks like they'll conquer that. I guess Britain was just nearby. Rhodesia probably put it into low health and then stole it away. But yeah, that will probably fall at some point. Nigeria's here still, but falling. And then you've got Egypt, who played a big part in killing Carthage in this series. But yeah, mostly there's still some similarities. You can see the Dutch borders are probably the best example of those similarities. Ethiopia as well are fairly similar. You know, a lot of the cities are in the same place. But yeah, the spreading has definitely been different, the New World, and it's definitely been treated differently. It's quite interesting to see. This game looks a lot closer than the other one. The other one's probably got a winner already. But yeah, it's quite interesting to see how it's played out differently. Obviously, one of the sort of downsides of doing this alternate series is we actually get to grasp, you know, what could have been, and I'm sure some of you are disappointed this isn't the real series, but obviously I can only do so much, I'm afraid. It's just potluck which one we get. We've got a very exciting one to watch, maybe not in terms of a winner, but everything behind that is still very interesting. But yeah, that was the alternate battle. We'll probably come back again when we do the results for the main series to have a look at this one again, about turn 250, which is quite a while, considering all these civs are near the end at this point. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.